What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? Boxing on 100. It's a lot to get into. I'm gonna get straight to it. First of all, shout out to some of the up and comers I saw that I've been very, very impressed by throughout their route into becoming top prospects. Shushu put on the show, showed it, and excuse me, so did Abdullah Mason. Really, really, really dope to see a 19-year-old box with so much poise and composure against tough, more improved fighters than they've been accustomed to facing. But that was to be expected. What wasn't to be expected was Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Usyk wins, stops him late. Jared Anderson called that, by the way, which I thought that was pretty good. He said at the end he'll probably end him around the ninth and tenth round, and he called it. Dubois, who kind of gave up there, and people already got like a negative like vibe or negative, I guess, stance on Dubois because this isn't his first time kind of just no mossing the situation. But this one was for good reason. Now it's not a good reason to quit. But what do you do when you clearly knock someone out? I believe it was the fifth round. There was an exchange, right? There's an exchange. And if you watch the fight from the beginning, this actually was a pretty common theme. Let me first say this. Before I even get into it. Usyk is so much better than Dubois skill for skill. It's not even close. He has way more tools, way more fundamentally sound, just way more elite of a boxer fighter, however you frame it. If they fought 10 times, I'm trying to be no, I'm gonna say it. If they fought 10 times, Usyk would probably win 9. At least 9. At least 9. 9 of the 10. That's the low bar for him. So it's really not about that. I knew that Usyk would win. But the beauty in boxing is that all it takes is one night, one exchange, especially with heavyweights, to get caught. It happened to Lennox, happened to Iron Mike, it happened to Vladimir Klitschko. It happened to Usyk, man. It happened. He was controlling the fight. Dubois came in jabbing, showing him that, look, yo, you're going to catch me with jabs. I'm going to throw mines too. Dubois was catching most of his jabs with jabs to the body. So Dubois was setting up for what happened. This wasn't one of those lucky punches. This wasn't like he had his eyes closed, swinging in the dark. Yeah, I'm taking a little shade at Antonio Tarver. I'm still upset about the Roy Jones. I don't care. I don't care. I'm never going to apologize for that. I feel like it was a phantom knockout. He caught him, but I don't know if he tried to catch him. I don't know. But no. He he was setting that up, man. And if you watch the fight, some of Dubois' best work was when they exchanged. When he was kind of just in the pocket, not shooting back and getting caught with jabs, which was most of the fight. That's why he was down on the scorecard. He didn't let his hands go enough, maybe afraid that the better superior boxer would catch him more times in the exchanges than he would catch Usyk. But it actually wasn't the case. And if you look at the exchanges early, rounds, I would say more so rounds 2, 3, and 4, the exchanges were exactly what happened in the fifth. Usyk was going combination style from the body to the head, but mostly head hunting. But if you look at the exchanges, it was Dubois going to the body first and trying to go upstairs. The fifth round, he went to the body and caught him. He caught him. He caught him, man. I looked at it from different. First of all, it was odd that they didn't quickly go to the replay. I don't know what they was trying to do, and then they only went to one weird angle and they cut away. He caught him, and what happened was I feel like Usyk knows his weak spot is his body. So, like a true veteran, he was planting seeds early. Because if you look at the first couple of rounds, he hit him on the side to the liver or in the torso maybe, and immediately Usyk does this to indicate to the ref, "Yo, come on, look what he's doing." Then he did it again. Like, come on, he's hitting low. First of all, that ref, we're gonna get to you. You let a boxer control you the whole fight. I've never seen a boxer can just stand there, talk to the ref, and then the ref be like, "You got it, boss. Hey, you." He controlled him the whole fight. So it planted seeds in his head to watch out. It's just like in basketball when a coach, right? You ever see like Larry Brown, Phil Jackson is hollering at the refs so they can get calls later in the quarter, third and fourth quarter when the game is on the line. It's a little more important. You plant seeds early. He planted seeds early in the work. He got hit clean, dog. It was clean. It was belt line. It was clean. I want to take time to talk to Dan Rayfield, man. Dan Rayfield, who highly respected, been in the game for years, doing this, covering boxing. You should be ashamed of yourself because you know. So I'm gonna show y'all something. This is on Twitter, right? Somebody showed him this, and they said this is the punch and it's low, right? Now, if you are really, really, really astute and can depict screenshots, you can tell this is one, he hasn't landed the impact yet. This is still on the way up. Dan Rayfield knows this too. All right. He knows this too, but for whatever reason, I see he got the Ukraine uh, avatar profile pic. But oh man, how do I say this? It's clear BS. Here's the actual shot during impact because that's on the way up. That's not he didn't hit him there and he went down. He hit him here and he went down. And the more I look, I don't even know if that's the same punch because how they get from that angle to this is the one. This is the one. This is during the exchange. That's all impact. You see the glove is immersed inside of his belly, bro. That's the impact. That's the shot. Does that look like a low blow to you? If his balls is all the way up there, then he, then like what are we doing? What are we doing? And I just think it was BS, man. I think it was BS. Again, Usyk wins this fight 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. But you ruin someone's moment, man. To bask in the sun, dog. Dudes work hard for this one moment. All it takes is one. And Dubois is skilled enough to hit you with a shot and you. And to be honest, Dubois boxed the perfect fight for his level. What I mean is he was never going to win on the scorecards round per round. Those rounds that he lost was the best you could have asked for. He jabbed a little bit. He stayed out of striking distance for the most part, but he was getting caught with a lot of quick jabs. No body work was really being done by Usyk to him. And Dubois would catch him with some body work early. And he actually had a game plan. Like I said, this wasn't a setup. I mean, this wasn't like a phantom. Let me just heave something and hope it connects. He was working on this the whole fight. Every exchange, boom, I'm going to the body if we're in close. And hard work should pay off. And he did that leading up to that one moment because he was only going to have one shot. He was gonna have to knock Usyk out and catch him. And he did that, man. To this ref, I didn't know this. I didn't know you were the same ref that called the Joshua fight. This is somebody on Twitter, and I'm gonna play the clip. I didn't know you might have to be investigated, bro. Look at this. They both were clean. I didn't know that was you. Let me look at that again. Wow. That was clean. That was clean too. That shot by Joshua was clean too. That shot by Joshua was clean too. And it was kind of a theme of the night, really. He was and it was and the common thing was European fighters reacting poorly to body shots. We seen the guy Jean, whatever his name is, going against FA, got DQ. He was on his Andrew Galata ish. He thought he was Andrew Galata. He hit that brother like 4 or 5 times. And that ref was hesitant to DQ him too. So European fighters and the referees last night were atrocious. He should have been DQ'd. He was doing it deliberately. It wasn't in exchange and oh man, he was purposely he hated the body shots FA was giving him. So I say all this to say this. So I say all that to say this. Usyk is the better fighter. He would have won anyway if it was going the distance, if he didn't get caught. But that's the name of the game. That's why you have these fights, because you give someone a puncher's chance. And Dubois capitalized on his puncher's chance, but did not get rewarded. That's a shame, because I feel like Dubois is someone who won't get this opportunity again. And if he does, he probably won't be this locked in and engaged. Look, he came in great shape. He stuck to the game plan. He fought the perfect fight to win this fight on this particular night. But it's like it's literally like Mildred Taylor, dog, in some respect. Although it wasn't a low blow theme, it was like, dude, I can only beat Julio Cesar Chavez tonight. I can't do it no other night. It probably will never go my way again. I gotta and we all know what happened there, right? Stoppage with like 5 seconds left or whatever. I feel bad, man. Feel bad for him, though, because he's like, I think this is a wrap for him. I think it's a wrap for him. Um, and people are talking about, yeah, he lost the fight anyway. But this is something else that people are ignoring. Even after the low blow, Dubois attacks. He attacks. I saw. Did y'all forgot? I think y'all forgot how the rest of the round went. He attacks him to the body. Boom, boom. Usyk is complaining again, and while he's like attacking, I still see the ref saying, "Yo, keep it up." It's like, dog, my one shot at beating him is to the body, and you are like handcuffing me. And I watched the rest of the fight. He looked reluctant to throw any shots down there, and that was it. You just neutralize his whole game plan because he don't want to get DQ'd. And even afterwards, like Usyk was still stopping, throwing his hands up, ref. Like man, it was like a 2-on-1, man. It was like a 2-on-1. I ain't like it. But shout out to Usyk. Shout out to Dubois. I think he further showed a weakness in Usyk's game, man. In exchanges to the body, if you got some power in you, you can send him down, man. You can sit him down. He wasn't, I don't know what people were talking about. He was gonna get up anyway. Did it look like somebody that was about to get up? That boy wasn't getting up. That boy was done. He hit him right. He hit him in the gut. It was a gut punch. Air was leaving. His soul was up there. He was out of there. He wasn't getting up. He was gonna bend. He was gonna turn over and try to get up, like press, from the mat, push up style. And he was gonna realize that ain't no air in there, and he was gonna fall back down. He was done, man. That's a crying shame, bro. But shout out to Usyk for being the champion, being the warrior, getting up. He took all the time. I feel like he had 8 minutes, but that's neither here nor there, man. I'm gonna move on because I don't want to waste too much time. Jared Big Baby Anderson, the real Big Baby, he won his fight against Rodenko. Easy fight, perfect fight to get your groove back, I guess, because Rodenko is so stationary, no head movement, none of that. So offensively, I knew Jared would be able to tee off. I wanted to see how he would do defensively, either taking shots or evading shots. And he was, I wouldn't say, I was about to say masterful, but he was really good. It was so much improvement. He threw in shoulder rolls, he threw feints in to like, yo, you about to throw a shot, here I come. But it was really more a defensive feint, if it makes sense. It's like it makes you hesitant to throw whatever shot you thought about throwing. And he, you know, and now I can be on the offense again. Head movement. He was bobbing and weaving, almost peekaboo style a little bit. Shoulder rolling, prairieing, keeping his guard a little bit higher. That's really what I wanted to see. Now I wish Rodenko was a little more offensive so we can see how often he kept it up. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I know people was giving him a lot of praise, but I think a little bit towards the end, and this might just be because he felt like, dude ain't got nothing for me, but he did kind of go back to his old ways. I start seeing his hands get lowered, him walking towards him with his hands down. Maybe that's just because he felt he was in total control there, but discipline. And he said it before the fight when he was saying not being just lackadaisical and taking those little breaks off of everything you train, like the best, the Floyds, the Purnell, the Whitakers. That defensive mindset, they kept it the whole fight, even while being offensive. So he had a little brief moment where he kind of got back to his old ways, left his hands down, and after exchange, kind of not lean, like halfway leaning back, but not all the way out of range against a more aggressive elite fighter. He could get caught still, but the first couple of rounds was perfect defense. He was on it. He was moving, like I said, shoulder rolling, like all of that. So he's dangerous, and his body work was in. Hey, Usyk better stay away from. If Jared defensively tightens up to, like, he don't have to be an elite level. He doesn't have to be Floyd or or James Toney or somebody like that. But if he could just really tighten up with the body work that he does, don't give him about he needs a lot more work. But in a year's time, don't let Usyk still be around and have to go against Big Baby, because his body work is consistent and it's hard hitting. You should have seen Rodenko's like midsection; it was tore up. And he's just a tough son of a gun, man. He's just battle tested. But that's really it, man. I appreciate y'all. Listen, Usyk is the man. He's one of the best in the world, pound for pound. He won, but he got caught. He got caught. Now he did the veteran move, like I said, planting seeds with the ref. He bought himself a lot of time, and then he capitalized and got him out of there. But you lost that fight, dog. You lost that fight. You lost that fight. But all the greats get one, though. All the greats slide once. You get caught slipping again, that's on you. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Damn, it's crazy. But yeah, that's boxing on 100. And if y'all notice, like I'm not gonna be the dude doing all the updates for every boxing related news. Y'all gonna just catch me really after fights for recaps. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm doing here. I just got a lot of time doing other stuff. So, shout out to all the other boxing channels that can talk about this day in and day out. News broke about Shakur and Frank Martin, the Alicia Baumgardner situation with her testing positive, stuff like that. Like, I see it, but it's just not enough for me to cover. I think I'm just gonna stick to doing the recaps on some of the bigger fights, and that I had to. I couldn't. I wanted to do it as soon as the fight was over, but I was like, Big Baby fight later, and I want to cover that too. So shout out to y'all for y'all patience, man. That's really